In this video, I'm going to show you the right way to use ChatGPT to create and publish books on Amazon KDP without getting your account banned. The method I'm going to show you, I've actually used it for myself and it works every single time. And this method involves 6 basic steps. First, we are going to use ChatGPT to generate book ideas because it can do that for us very well. Then we are going to do a little bit of research to check the ideas that are profitable. So out of all the ideas that ChatGPT is going to give us, we are going to work with only the ones that have the chances of becoming profitable. Then ChatGPT will help us generate the content of our book, and then we are going to check the content ChatGPT generated in step 3. This is very important because you don't want Amazon to ban your account for producing low quality book or copying other people's content in your book. So basically, we will be checking for plagiarism just to make sure we are not copying somebody else's work, and then to make sure that the facts in our books are correct because ChatGPT can make mistakes sometimes. And then we are going to make sure that the content of our book is of good quality because this is what is going to help us create customer satisfaction, which is what Amazon wants the most. And then in step 5, we are going to design the cover of our book. And then finally, step 6, we'll publish our book on Amazon and start making money whenever people buy our books. I'm going to walk you through all these 6 steps, and I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible so that it is easy for you to follow and implement. And before I proceed, guys, I just want you to do 3 things for me. First, hit the like button, give this video a like because that'll help more people discover this video. That way, you are helping somebody else out there who wants to learn how to make money on Amazon KDP. And then secondly, hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel. That way, you get to know whenever I upload another money making video in the future. And finally, go to the comment section and type in Amazon KDP, and that will motivate me to keep making videos like this for you guys. So like, subscribe, and go to the comment section and type in Amazon KDP. All of this is going to take you less than 30 seconds and it's very simple. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and then go to the comment section and type in Amazon KDP. And after you've done that, guys, let's start with step 1, which is to generate book ideas. So I'll come over to ChatGPT, and right here, I'm going to start with a very simple prompt. I'm going to ask ChatGPT the kind of books it can help me create. So here's a prompt I typed in. What types of Amazon KDP books can ChatGPT help me create from scratch? So if I send this, and just take a look at this, guys. ChatGPT said, as an AI language model, I can help you create a wide variety of books for Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. Here are some types of books I can assist you with. The first category is fiction books, novels, short stories, children's books, poetry, and then under non-fiction, self-help and personal development, biographies and memoirs, business and entrepreneurship books, travel and culture books, health and wellness, history, politics, science, blah, 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 and then educational textbooks, study guides, language learning books, and all of that. And at the end, he said, while I can help you brainstorm, outline, draft, and edit your book, it's important that my knowledge is based on data available up to September of 2021. You should take note of this limitation and not try to use ChatGPT to create books that require data and facts after September of 2021. Therefore, you may need to do additional research to ensure the accuracy and relevance of the content. Furthermore, as an AI, I can't guarantee that the content I generate will be entirely original, so it's crucial to double check for plagiarism before publishing. All these things are very important things you should take note of while using ChatGPT to create your books. And by the way, all the prompts I'm going to use for this video, I'm going to link it down in the description for you guys so that it can be very easy for you to start and practice with. So right now, you can just take a look at all these different types of books ChatGPT can help you create and pick one that resonates with you. If you want to create a cooking and recipes book, that's up to you. DIY and craft tutorials, that's up to you. So just go ahead and pick any of these type of books you want ChatGPT to help you create. For this video, I'm going to focus on short stories. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT, suggest 21 short story books ideas for Amazon KDP that you can help me create. 21, so that we'll have a lot of options. And also, I am adding that you can help me create so that ChatGPT is going to make suggestions that it can actually work with. That way, I have less to do in all of this process. So I'm going to send this prompt. And in just a matter of seconds, ChatGPT has given us 21 ideas. So it says here are 21 short story book ideas for Amazon KDP that I can help you create. Each book consists of a collection of short stories centered around a specific theme or genre. So you can just go through this list and pick the one that you like the most. For instance, here is Timeless Love, a collection of heartwarming romance stories, The Quantum Paradox, mind-bending science fiction tales that explore alternate realities, time travel, Whispers of the Past, Nature's Wonders, Beyond the Stars, and all of this. Now, at this stage, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick any of these ideas. Let's say I want to work with number number 16, which is the laughter launch. So let's go over to Amazon.com and check if a book on this topic can actually sell. So I'm going to open a new tab and then visit Amazon.com. Here I'm going to change the category to books. The topic I want to work with is The Laughter Launch, a collection of light-hearted, humorous stories guaranteed to make readers smile. So I'm going to type in maybe short, funny stories. Let me click on humorous short stories. Let's see. And from the results, I can see that this category is so crowded. There are over 50,000 results for humorous short stories. The tool I use to get all of this data is a Chrome extension called Self-Publishing Titans. So you can just install the extension on your browser and you're able to see all of this data. So I'm going to try another idea since this is too crowded. Let's say, let me work with number 1, timeless love. So I'll come back to Amazon, short romance stories. This is also too crowded, over 50,000 results. I'm going to try a different one. Let me try the Animal Chronicles, which is number 19. I'll come back to Amazon and I'm going to type in animal stories. The first auto suggest is animal stories for kids ages 6 to 8. Let me check this. And this also has over 50,000 results. You keep probing until you find one that is not that crowded, because it's going to be easier for you to get found and make sales under keywords that are not too crowded. That's why this process is very important. But sometimes creating books in a very crowded market is actually a good thing for you, because that market is crowded probably because it is bringing in a lot of sales. So you should not always run away from crowded market. But for this video, I'm going to keep searching until I find a less crowded category. So I'm going to tweak this a little bit. Let me try books for children's animal stories 4 to 6 years old. And under this category, there are just 7,000 results, which is far better than the 50,000 we're getting for the other categories. So I'll just go for this keyword, children's animal stories for kids ages 4 to 6. So with this keyword in mind, I'm going to create a very enticing title for my book. There's a keyword, but the title is going to be something like bedtime animal stories for kids ages 4 to 8. So this is going to be the title of my book. And then I'll go over to ChatGPT and copy the subtitle of my book and then just paste it here. So I've just polished it a bit, and this is the final title of my book. Bedtime animal stories for kids ages 4 to 8. And the subtitle is heartwarming and thought-provoking tales told from the perspective of animals that kids will love. Now let's go over to ChatGPT and give it our next prompt. So this is our next prompt. I said let's work with a modified version of number 19, which is the Animal Chronicles. Here's the title of the book I want you to create. Bedtime animal stories for kids ages 4 to 8. Heartwarming and thought-provoking tales told from the perspective of animals that kids will love. Create a collection of 20 unique short stories with this title. The stories should be inspiring, adventurous, light-hearted, sweet, and humorous, guaranteed to make readers smile in bracket. Must be short stories that kids will love and can be read in 10 minutes or less. So I'm going to send this prompt. Let's see what ChatGPT can do. So here's a list of 20 unique short story titles and summaries for bedtime animal stories for kids ages 4 to 8. Heartwarming and all of that. So basically at the first level, ChatGPT is going to give us the title and the summary of the stories. Then after that, we are going to ask ChatGPT to expand on each of the stories one after the other before we go ahead to form our book with the stories. So it stopped at number 19 because it has exhausted the number of characters for each response. So I'm just going to type in continue so that I can continue from where it stopped, and you can see it just continues from number 19 and then 20. So right now ChatGPT has created 20 stories that I can get to use in my book, and this will basically form the outline of my book. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and I'm going to start a new writing project in Google Docs. You can use any writing app you prefer, but I use Google Docs, so I'll just paste the outline of my book, delete this part of the answer because we don't need it here. This way you need to pay attention and make sure the unwanted part of ChatGPT's response is not in your book. Okay, then I'll copy the second reply and paste it here and then delete this part as well. Now, if you're using Google Docs to create your book, you want to come over to File and then click on Page Setup, and then make sure the paper size you are using is 8.5 by 11 inches. If it's on something else, you can just change it to 8.5 by 11 and then click on OK. Now I'm going to give this content header and then just change the font to Meriwether, increase the font size for the content. I'm just going to do basic editing. No need to waste time on this part. So this is the outline of my book. I'm going to make the text bigger since it's a book majorly for kids, and then add a lot of space. So have this. Now let's go back to ChatGPT and generate the main content of our book, which is the stories. Basically, I'm going to tell ChatGPT expand on number 1 by writing the full story. That's the first story that we have here. So if I click enter, and you see it's going to start by entering the title, and then it's going to give us the full story. We just need to sit back and watch ChatGPT do its thing. So ChatGPT has created the full story for us. This will save you a lot of time. You don't have to go through the process of trying to write up the stories yourself, coming up with ideas and all of that. At this point, what you need to do, very important, is to make sure you go through the story and make sure it is okay. It has all the points you need. Double check the facts if there are any in your book to make sure it is correct, and be sure it is something people are going to read and be happy with. If you're not satisfied with the result, you can tell ChatGPT to rewrite it or even come up with a brand new story. But you just need to make sure that the quality is top-notch so that customers don't regret buying your book. So please take the time to go through each story line by line just to be on the safer side. And after you've done that, before we paste the story into our book, we need to check for plagiarism, because that's very important when creating books. So I'm going to copy the story, and then to check for plagiarism, just visit this website called seamless.com. I'm going to link it in the description. This website has a lot of SEO tools, but the one that is most important to us right now is the plagiarism checker. There are a lot of plagiarism checkers out there, but as you can see, this has a limit of 1,500 words. Most of them have 500 or maybe 1,000. And what you just want to do here is to paste the content ChatGPT gave us and just click on check plagiarism. This website is going to help us check if the content ChatGPT gave us is original or not. And as you can see, this story is 100% unique, and that's because ChatGPT can actually form stories that did not exist instead of copying stories from other places. So this has 0% plagiarism and it is 100% unique. But just in case you find out that the content ChatGPT gave you is plagiarized, you can either ask it to rewrite it for you in a unique way, or you can use a website like quillbo.com to rewrite that part of your content. But since mine is 100% good, the next thing is to actually paste it inside my book. So I'll just open a new page and then paste the content right here. And this is going to be number 1. And as simple as that, we have our first story. Now, when creating your book, you can try to be very creative, add images inside the book. You know how children's story books look like. You can try to add a little bit of creativity to your book, and that can be a plus for you. Now that I have my first story, I can just follow this same process and generate all the other stories that you have. So it is just for me to copy this same prompt and then change it from number 1 to number 2, and then click enter. ChatGPT is going to generate the story in full. Go through the story, make sure it's okay. Go to seamless.com and check for plagiarism, and then go ahead and add it to your book. You can just follow this step by step until the whole of your book is complete. And that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm done pulling out the entire content of my book. I have all 20 stories right here, and ChatGPT did everything. I just had to copy, check for plagiarism, paste, copy, check for plagiarism, and paste. And right now I have the complete book ready to proceed. The whole of the book has 81 pages right now. You just need to go through and make sure everything is in order. I'm going to add 2 pages, a blank page at the beginning and at the end. Here I'm going to type in the name of the book. Then I'm going to type in this book belongs to, this is going to be kind of smaller. So I have the text like on the center of the page. And then also I'll do this at the very end. Just add a blank page at the end. Just type in the end and then look for a curly font. Let's say this will do. Make it a little bit bigger and also move it to the center of the page. Yeah, so this is basically it. And I have my book ready to go. The final thing I'm going to do before I move on is to add page numbers. So I'll come over to insert, then page numbers, click on more options, then add it to the footer. Will not show on first page, and then click apply. So this is basically it. And once I'm done, I'll just use the title of my book as the name of the document, and then go ahead and save this book as a PDF file. On Google Docs, just come over to file, click on download, and then select PDF documents. So basically, this is going to be the interior of our book. At this stage, the next thing for us to do is to design the cover of our book, and we can easily do this using Canva. So let me go over to canva.com. If you don't have a Canva account yet, you can just sign up and create a new one. But right here, what you want to do basically is to start a new project with custom size, and for the dimensions of this project, I'm going to use inches as the unit, and then remember the size of our book is 8.5 by 11 inches, and then click on create new design. Designing with Canva is very easy, and if you are new to Canva, I have a full Canva tutorial. I'm going to link it in the description below. You can check it out, or if you feel like this is not something you can do, you can hire maybe a designer on Upwork, on Fiverr, to help you design the cover of your book. And when designing the cover of your book, it's more about your creativity. Just be creative and come up with something attractive for your book. And you can also check Amazon to pick some ideas that you can use for your cover. But basically, what I'm going to do right now is to design a children theme cover. So I'll come over to Elements and search for maybe kids cartoon. Under the result, I'll come over to photos and then just look for an image that I can use as my background. Maybe this, then set as image background. And then the next thing we will need, I'm going to bring in these kids. It's going to be very important for us. And then I'll come over to text and then just type in bedtime, basically the title of your book. That's what you want to have on the cover. Bedtime animal stories for kids. So those are my text. I'm going to arrange it in a moment, but let me come over to Element again and then just type in kids bedtime. Let's see if we can find something that can go with, let's say, this. Now I'll just adjust the text, use a font that is quite bold. I think this is very simple and cool. Then I'm going to just bring in a simple piece of text. I'm trying to skip some parts, not to make this video too long. So just type in ages. We have ages 4 to 8. 4 to 8, make the text white. So this is the cover design I'm going to use. Very basic and very simple. I'm going to use the title of my book as the name of this project. Also, I'll need to create the back. There's the front cover. Then for the back cover, duplicate this page and then just remove the text. I think this is basically enough for me as the cover. And the next thing you want to do now is to actually download this. We're going to download first as PNG files. Click on download. The next thing you want to do is to open a new tab and then search for Amazon cover calculator and then click on the first result. This is going to help us format the cover of our book in the right dimensions. And guys, don't forget, if you're enjoying this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe and go to the comment section and type in Amazon KDP. Type in Amazon KDP in the comment section if you are getting value from this video. So let's continue. The first thing you want to do here is to select binding type. The binding type is we're creating a paperback book right now. Then interior type, let's go with black and white. The paper type is going to be white paper, and then page turn direction will be left to right. Then measurement unit is going to be inches. Trim size, remember we use 8.5 by 11 inches. And then page count, how many pages do we have in our book? We have a total of 83 pages, so I'm going to enter 83 and then click calculate dimensions. These are the dimensions the cover of your book is supposed to have. So what we can just do is download this template so that it is easier for us. I'm going to unzip it, then come over to Canva, and then I can just upload this template directly. So select the PDF version and click open. Once it is done uploading, click on it. The first thing you want to do is to delete all the text because you are not going to need all of these. Then I'll come over to elements and then scroll down to where you have grids, import this grid and then just adjust it. So basically I have 3 of them lined up here, the front cover, the back cover, and then the spine. Now let's go ahead and import the images of our cover. So I'll just click on upload files, look for the cover, this is it, both the front and the back. Import the both of them and then insert the front cover into the front page and the back cover to the back. I'm going to create one for the spine. I'll just duplicate this, remove this. I just need the blank background that I'll use for the spine. Download just page 3. Now I can come over upload this and then just drag it into the spine. So now we have everything perfectly in place. This is going to be the cover I'll upload to Amazon. So I'm going to use the name of my book as the name of the file, and then just go ahead and download as a PDF file this time. Use PDF print and then click on download. And that is done downloading. Now we have both the interior and the cover of our book ready. For the final step is to actually go ahead and publish this book so that people can start buying and we are going to earn royalties from it. So to publish your book, log into your Amazon KDP account. If you don't have a KDP account yet, I already made a video that will show you how to create and verify your KDP account. So I'm going to link the video below. You can just check it out. But once you log into your account, what you basically want to do is to go ahead and click on create. The type of book we want to create is paperback. So select paperback, and then here we need to enter the title and subtitle of our book. We can just copy this very easily. I'm going to copy the title of my book, which is Bedtime Animal Stories for Kids, ages 4 to 8, and then also copy the subtitle as well. And then this book is not part of a series, so I'm going to skip this. Also skip edition number. For the author name, you can use your name or your pen name. I'm going to use my name for this. Then contributors, if there are any, you can add your names here. Then for the description, you can ask ChatGPT to write the description of your book as well. So let's go over to ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT to write the Amazon description for this book using the past copywriting framework. Include a strong call to action. Then this is the response it gave, which is perfect. I'm going to copy this and then come over to the book we're uploading, paste in my description here, and then you need to remove some parts of ChatGPT's response. All of these in bracket, I'm going to remove it. And be sure to take the time to go through the description ChatGPT wrote for you, just to make sure that everything is in order. For instance, I'm going to change the call to action a little bit, where you have click the buy button now and all of that. I'm going to use order now. Then once I'm done with all of this, I can just scroll down. Publishing rights, I own the copyright. And then for the keywords, ChatGPT can also help you generate the keywords. So I said write 7 keywords that I can use for this book on Amazon. If I click on enter. So these are the 7 keywords ChatGPT suggested. I'll just copy them. But if you think you can come up with something better, that's fine. You can just go ahead and research your keywords by yourself. But I'm going to use this because I want to make sure I do everything using ChatGPT. Then you can scroll down and select 2 categories for your book. So I'm going to select fairy tales and then also select short stories and then click on save. Then here I'm going to select large print. If the content of your book has a font size of 16 and above, it falls under large print. That's very easy. Then adult content is no, and then click save and continue. For the ISBN, I'm going to click assign me a free ISBN, and then publication date, I'll leave this blank. Then print options, it's black and white interior with white paper for me. You can select the one appropriate for your book. Trim size, we used 8.5 by 11 inches, which is this. And then bleed settings, I'm going to use bleed. Then paperback finish, I'm going to use glossy. Now we'll need to upload the manuscript of our book, which is basically the interior. So I'll select upload, then look for the interior of my book, which is this, and then click open. That is done successfully. Then I'll go ahead and upload my cover. Just click upload your cover, select the cover. This is the cover of my book, and then click on open. That is done. Then I'll just scroll down and click on launch previewer. Amazon is going to check if your book is properly formatted before we proceed to publish. There are no issues with my book, but just in case there's any issue with your book, you just need to readjust where necessary and you'll be good to go. But right now, I'm going to click on approve, scroll down, and then click on save and continue. This is the printing cost. Save and continue. Now, territories, I'm going to use worldwide. Primary marketplace is going to be Amazon.com. Then the price of your book. If you check the research we did earlier, you see that under this category, the average price is $11.79, while the lowest is $3.99, the highest is $22. So I'm going to use something in between. Let's say I'm going to use $7.99 for instance. Then you can check expanded distribution. Then you can just scroll down terms and conditions. It can take up to 72 hours for your book to be reviewed and approved before it will go live on Amazon, but that's fine. You can just go ahead. If you want to request proof, you can do that here. But basically, I'll just go ahead and click on publish your paperback book. And this is how you can use ChatGPT to create a book from scratch. Let ChatGPT do all the work for you, publish it on Amazon, and start making money. If you follow the steps I've just shown you, your book is not going to be rejected and your account is not going to be banned. I've used it several times and it always works. And that's basically it, guys. If you have any questions from the stuff I've showed you in this video, just let me know in the comment section. I'll be there answering your questions. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're yet to subscribe, and go to the comment section and type in Amazon KDP if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching till the end, guys. I'll see you in the very next one.